Hey, it's Jared with Gear and Light, and today I'm going to talk about some of the accessories that I use with my DJI Mini 3 Pro. Now, the reason that I'm talking about this is I've gotten questions about what I use just to better my situation with my Mini 3 Pro. Now, in my review, I talked about how the Fly More kit bag is a bit tight, and so that sent me down a rabbit hole of looking for accessories to use with my Mini 3 Pro just to make it a little easier to get around. Now, I'm also a drone pilot. I fly slightly bigger drones for profit, and so I have my Part 107 license here in the United States. And so when I'm out with my Mini 3, whether I'm just flying for fun or I'm flying for a job and it's just maybe my secondary drone as a backup, there are some things that I always have with me, and we're going to walk through some of those things. The first being this case right here. This case I got off of Amazon. I wanted something that provided a bit more protection because the case that comes with the Mini 3 Pro Fly More kit just is not very large. You put everything in there and it's a tight fit. If I want to add something like some ND filters, I felt like at any time my Mini 3 Pro is going to end up broken. So this case I got off of Amazon. We're just going to take a look at what is inside of the case. So as I open the case, you can see everything inside of the case is form-fitted for the Mini 3 Pro. And I have some other things that we'll walk through as I go through all of the accessories. The Mini 3 Pro fits nice and tight here in a form cutout spot, and it fits even with the gimbal holder and everything right in place. There's a little slot down at the bottom that you could put an additional accessory or something like that in there if you had something smaller, and it slides nicely right in. I feel much safer with the Mini 3 tucked away in a nice little cutout area. It also has cutout spots for batteries. I have one battery in the drone. It does have cutout spots for 3 batteries. I have one battery in the drone, leaving one extra spot that I'm using for my micro SD cards. Now, this micro SD card holder that I have here, I absolutely love because it's like the size of a credit card and maybe just a little bit thicker. And you just slide all of your micro SD cards in here, and you can take them with you easily. I move this between my drone case and my GoPro case and other drones, so this kind of travels depending on what case I'm taking out with what type of camera. But in this case, I'm just setting it right over in here in the corner. Now, this is a shoulder strap or a neck strap for the RC. I found that I like flying with a neck strap more just because I feel more safe and secure. And so this goes around my neck like so. I'll go ahead and just close the box here for a second. And then they thread into the bottom of the RC. Now, at first I thought this was going to be a little weird because I'm used to more of just like a single lanyard than I am something like this. But this actually is really nice. It's nice because when you're flying a drone like a DJI drone, it stops and hovers on its own. And if you need to set your RC down or you need to utilize your hands for something, you don't want to set your RC down on the ground. You don't want to... you really shouldn't be letting go of it at all, but there's been times where I've needed to take a phone call or something like that really quick or answer a question, and it's much easier just to have this hanging from my neck, and it makes it easy for me to grab it. So as you can see here, it just hangs around my neck, and I can easily grab it, and it's right there in front of me. It also is nice for finer controls, and so when I'm doing manual moves with the drone, being able to pull down just a little bit on the strap and not have to use as much of my hands to hold the RC and just kind of rest my thumbs and go to work, it feels much better for me. I really like that better than just holding it in my hand without any form of support at all. These, unfortunately, do not... You know, you screw these in and they come unattached, which is kind of nice, but I feel like I'm gonna... It doesn't quite fit in the case, unfortunately. I probably could just cut out additional slots, but I haven't brought myself to do that yet, to actually cut slots into the foam so that I don't have to remove these. I'll probably end up doing that, but the foam just looks so nice, I don't want to cut into it. So I don't know, we'll see. You can see that there's a little bit of additional space underneath where the RC goes, and that's where I put my additional props. So as you can see, the props are there, and then there's also another case for additional ND filters. I have my ND filter case over here, which is full of ND filters. I have my polarizer lens on the drone right now, and so this case has just simply the default lens, the stock lens that comes with the drone in it, and then I have a USB-C cable just in case I need it in the bottom there. What I really like about this case also is that I don't have to take these off and tuck them back behind the control. That is annoying to me, having to set those up. I've dropped them and had to look on the ground for them. You can see that I have some aftermarket red ones. These are anodized red, and they're not really any different than what come from DJI. I guess maybe the spikes on top are a little less pronounced, but I just wanted to go with some colored ones because why not? They sell these in a variety of colors, and I went with red just because they stick out and I kind of like it. So I can leave these on when I put the RC in the case, which is absolutely fantastic. Before I put the RC back in the case, I'm also going to show you the screen protector that I have on my RC. Now, I put a screen protector on it because it never fails on any device that I have with screens. Something happens, they get scratched, and they're supposed to be really hard, especially phones these days, but all it takes is just the right angle of something with the right sharpness coming in contact with it, and you've got a big gouge. And so I would rather put a screen protector, and as you can see, as I rotate this around in different angles, the screen protector does not change anything about the brightness levels. It doesn't add any more glare than what was already there. Everything about the screen protector is great, and it's protecting the screen. Of course, with enough of a blunt force, you could still damage everything, but this is a tempered glass screen protector, and it comes with 2 of them. So if something happens to this screen protector, you just peel it off, put another one on, and you're ready to go. And they're so inexpensive, it's a given. Like, you gotta do it. The next accessories are the ND filters from Freewell. I talked in another video about the ND filters, and also have talked about the circular polarizer filter that I use with my Mini 3 Pro. You absolutely need ND filters. Even though you can just crank up the shutter speed until it works and looks fine, your footage just ends up being hyper sharp and it just doesn't look that great. And so I like adding some ND so that I could bring that shutter speed down a little bit and have things be more realistic looking and have a little bit more of a cinematic look to them while still maintaining some sharpness, but not having it be just insanely sharp and not looking like a real, it just doesn't look real. It doesn't look good when it's too sharp. So that is the case and what is inside of the case. Absolutely fantastic and love it. This slot over here actually is made for the battery charging case. Slide that right in over there. Obviously, I'm using it for the neck strap, and I like using it for the neck strap because everything is in there and good to go. If I need to take this with me, I can take it with me. I may try and figure out if there's a way that I can slide the neck strap in there or do something, because I would like to have this in the box as well. It's what the slot is designed for. But for me, I went ahead and just put the neck strap in because I typically leave with charged batteries. I charge my batteries up before I go. And so this is unfortunate that this has to be set aside, but it is what it is. It's just the way my setup is. So lastly, one of the items is this pad here. And it took me a long time to get one of these, and this is a new one. I actually bought 2 of them. The other one I keep in my truck because I always forget it. And so this is a brand new one. It's 2-sided, both like a gray and white on one side and orange and white on the other side. And the reason that I ended up getting one of these isn't because I want to look cool and have some little professional pad to land on. It's mainly because with the Mini and the Mavics, I am landing sometimes on areas that just the props would get too close to something like weeds or something like that. And so this is nice because it's a platform I can put down on top of something and I don't have to worry about it. If I'm landing on the top of my truck, like the bed of my truck, because I have a cover on the back, I'll put this down just so that I don't accidentally scratch anything. These 4 holes here around the outer edges are 4 pins that it comes with that you can use to kind of just push down into the ground to really make sure that this stays, because obviously you wouldn't want the drone's props to blow it away. The Mini 3 Pro does not do that. This is heavy enough to keep itself down as the Mini 3 Pro comes and lands on it. This has never moved on me. On a windier day with the Mavic 3 Pro, I've landed on it and had it start, the kind of edge start to come up a little bit, and that made me feel nervous. So now I carry the pins with me in my truck, so that way they're there and I could push them into the ground. I don't have to worry about it. So while this isn't a necessity, it's great for landing on those surfaces, even on gravel and stuff like that, where you just don't want the wind that's being pushed down by the props to knock stuff up that's then going to hit your drone. It's really more about protecting your drone and providing a safe space for it to land than it is anything else, which that's what this is designed for. So those are the accessories that I use with my Mini 3 Pro. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I've got links to all of this stuff in the description below so that you can check out the prices and all of that stuff on these items. If there's any thoughts that you have, or maybe there's an accessory you can't live without, share it with me down in the comment section. I'd love to find out more things that are going to better my experience with my Mini 3 Pro. If you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel on Gear and Light. I hope that I get to see you back in another video soon, but until then, take care.